she wanted straight. Straight. Oh, you want to go to the sun? Oh, she is right. Well, that's, oh, yeah, see, I had, well, I see you. Hey, top person retired, so I'm doing, I see you, I see you. She just, she was doing some other things and how's everybody? She just got it. You gonna cut. Yeah, I see, but that's, or we kind of feel Joseph just got it. Just let it. What you, how are y'all? She's taking care of him. Yeah. Nope. Nothing. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for your patience with us. It's so wonderful to see so many beautiful faces tonight. Okay, we're going to call tonight's meeting to order. Our February 2nd, 2026 City Council meeting.
And if he would, I would like to ask Pastor Dan if he would open us up in a word of prayer. Yes, sir, please.
Well, let's pray. Lord, we are thankful for being here tonight. We're thankful for this city and what it represents and the people that it represents. And it is such a good city. And so we're so thankful for the traditions and the character that it has. So, Lord, thank you for your love. Thank you for guiding us. And I do pray that our lives will represent you in everything that we do. The scripture tells us to seek ye first the kingdom of God. Yes. And so I just pray that that is what we can do as a community, as families, and leaders in this community. And we're so thankful for your love. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. And if he would, I would like to ask Counselor Wilkerson if he would lead us in the pledge.
Please rise. Face the flag and salute it. All together, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Father, for which it stands, one nation, under
Thank you so much, Counselor Wilkerson. And Mr. Cobb, if you would please reflect that all members present tonight. Okay, first order of business, I would like to amend the agenda for this evening by adding a few items. I would like to add special presentations to immediately follow this amendment. Then I would also like to add the authorization of the purchase of I want to use the correct term, the purchase of a gas tank to include labor, travel, and equipment rental as necessary for the installation. And I would like to, special presentations is on there. Please disregard the first item. My apologies. Amend the item to add, amend the agenda to add the purchase of a tank, equipment, and components. Also to amend the agenda to add an item that will require authorization for a legal action. And I put that in the form of a motion.
What was the second item?
The second item is to take a city council action as necessary to authorize legal activities.
I second that motion, Mayor.
Bless you. I'm having a motion and it has been seconded. All those in favor, by show of hands, and that passes unanimously. Okay, next on the agenda, we have the approval of minutes from the last regular scheduled meeting on January 12th, 2026.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes.
I have a motion from Counselor Brown to approve the minutes. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it has been motioned and properly second. Any questions, issues, concerns, changes? Hearing none, all those in favor of passing the minutes by show of hands? And that motion passes unanimously. Next on the agenda, we have the approval of February 2nd, 2026 bills in the amount of $247,444.44.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
On the previously reviewed bills, in the amount of $247,444.44, I offer a motion that we pass and pay these bills as we have discussed. I'll offer that in the form of a motion.
I second that motion.
That motion has been motioned and properly second. Any questions or issues, concerns on the bills?
Mayor?
Yes.
I would just renew my point of order from before that because Ms. Van's sister has a bill included in here that I do not believe that she can call for the motion, but I do not have an issue with the bills that are included.
Okay. Would you like to abstain from the vote?
Sure.
Well, I mean, it's your choice.
No, I would not.
Okay. Okay, hearing no abstention, all those in favor of paying the bill, and then that point is noted for the record. All those in favor of paying the bills by a show of hands? And that passes unanimously. Okay. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to go in a little different order. While it's on the agenda in one perspective, we will allow special presentations before the mayor's report. So I will default, Councilor Van Williams, would you like to make your presentation first?
Two or one?
It's
I can go
two.
second. I can go second.
Well, the other one's a
Little lengthy?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good evening again.
Good evening.
Coach Harris, Rico, it's Coach Rico. Come on now. If you would bring your team right along the front here. Can you join me? Here we have Coach Rico Harris, and Coach Rico Harris has his girls here. They have made some major strides and accomplishments over the last 2 seasons. He's had 2 consecutive undefeated seasons. Clap. Not only did they have 2 consecutive undefeated seasons, they actually won the championship. Clap again. So I will let Coach Rico Harris introduce his team. This is not the varsity team, but I will let him introduce each young lady on this team as they will deserve it.
Thank you all for your time. First, I got to give thanks to God and also to Coach Hicks, our head coach of the program, Coach Byron, and all of the coaches involved. But, excuse me, I just got done coaching another team, a 6th grade team, so my voice is a little hoarse. But right here we have Trinasia Bowers, 7th grade. We can do applause at the end. I know we got a lot of them. Kendall Peterson, 8th grade. Cortland Jones, 7th grade. Taraya Riles, 8th grade. Adrian Torre, 8th grade. Layla Young, 7th grade. Taylor Brown, 7th grade, raise your hand. Paris Daniels, raise your hand. 7th grade. We have 2 twins, Malia and Makia King, raise your hand. All right. We have a single twin right here, Aaliyah. We also have, I call them nicknames, I'm sorry. Jakari Edwards and Gabby, Allen and Amber. No, I'm sorry, last name. Naylor. All right. Naylor, I apologize. I don't call in nobody full name on the basketball court. Y'all have a nickname. But we really do thank you for your time. Thank you for the acknowledgement. These are our future on and off the basketball court. These outstanding ladies are special because not only are they scholars in the classroom, they are examples because they don't get in trouble. And when they have that Spartan on their chest, that Lady Spartan, they represent well inside the school.
Yeah.
So our goal with this program is to be a part of raising future Pleasant Grove citizens that can make us all proud. So thank you.
So with that being said, you have a few other coaches with you, correct?
Yes.
Can you join us up here, please, as well. While they're coming, we'll move swiftly. I am very proud of these young ladies and the coaching staff. I take pride in the kids, and I attend many games. I try to get to as many as I can. But you guys have really rocked this season. I've missed prayer meeting, Bible study on some nights trying to get to the game. So I'm admitting it right now, but you have made me proud. This is one of my church members right here. But you've made me proud, and I really do appreciate you making it fun again. Because for a minute there, you went through a little slump, and we just didn't support the schools as we should have. But now you've made it exciting, and we want to continue that. And we appreciate you. We really do. So I gave you guys a little something to chew on. So each of you have an envelope. We are so proud of you as champions. Just keep on passing around. Keep on passing till everyone has, with not the coaches. Here you go. Everybody got one? Got one? I know this is lengthy, but we take time for everything else. We're going to take time for this. You got one? All right. Got it? Everybody got one? Oh, yeah, that's the baller there. And this young lady here, what grade are you in? She also plays on the varsity team, and she's in the 7th grade. You have 2 of them? Where's the other one? Right there, raise your hand. There they are. And Gabby, they're just that good. Oh, yeah, she's taller than me. So, Coach Harris, here you are. This is for you. You and your wife to have dinner. All right? Coach number 1, behind Coach Hicks. Rico Harris, I mean. Come on up. Dinner. Yes. Coach number 2, behind. Did everybody? Coach Hicks. Coach number 1. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for all you do. Thank you.
Awesome.
Here, guys.
Knuckle in, knuckle in.
I'm gonna come.
Everybody smile.
Thank you. Been in several games. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anyway.
Everybody smile. Everybody
Ready.
All right, no. All right.
Oh.
Sir. Thank you. Yes.
Girls. They are some. Okay, we have another special presentation. And I'll just make this one as a part of my mayor's report this evening. Good evening again. Just to remind everyone, happy February. This is the Love and the Heart Health Month, and I remind you of the Love and Heart Health Challenge that the mayor's office has put out. We hope that everyone will participate because it goes to a good cause to help with our food, to help with those in need, to help in any manner that it can, but it also reminds us to take care of ourselves and be heart healthy. The week 1 challenge, I challenge everyone to walk at least 30 minutes a day, per day. not week, 30 minutes per day for 7 days this week, although we're on Monday already. But you can walk around the house tonight for 30 minutes. So even if you miss today, I still encourage you to make 5 days this week. That's going to be an ongoing part of it. We encourage you 30 minutes of walking per day. That keeps us heart healthy. Interesting thing I learned this morning, we were watching the Today Show, that actually walking is not the best way to get heart healthy. It's actually strength building and strength conditioning is one of the better ways because the heart is a muscle and strength training actually helps muscles. So just a little tidbit fact for you. So I encourage you to do that this week. Walk at least 30 minutes a day and do some type of strength training. Another little tidbit for you, even if you don't have weights at home, even if you just lift water bottles, that works as well. If you have cans of soda or if you have canned beverages, lift those. Any active movement with repetition creates strength. So that's just to encourage you. Also, congratulations to our PGHS track team for representing us well this week. Last week. So I'm not sure of whether they placed or not, but they had a great showing at the complex track meet, the crossplex, not complex, crossplex track meet last week. And so we want to keep them encouraged and thank them for representing us well. I do have a social media update. Following our Serve Locally initiative in January, we are focusing tonight on recognizing those who work tirelessly for our city. We are honored to spotlight a standout individual, someone highly recommended for the selfless dedication and service to the Pleasant Grove community. Tonight, we honor Mr. Dan Williams. I have more. Wait. So, Pastor Dan, I want to present this to you. For over 30 years, Pastor Dan Williams has served as a devoted associate pastor at First Baptist Church of Pleasant Grove. Throughout his tenure, he has remained a steady pillar of faith, serving faithfully under the leadership of several senior pastors. He's a devoted husband to Susan and father to Daniel, Patrick, Erica, Aubrey, and Monty. Pastor Dan's ministry has never been confined to the church walls. His hands-on servant's heart means he is often the first to arrive when a neighbor needs help, whether it's fixing a broken fence or repairing a recliner. He performs these acts of kindness quietly and without seeking recognition, driven purely by a genuine love for his community. While his humble work ethic often goes unappreciated, his impact as a selfless jack of all trades has made him an indispensable part of the Pleasant Grove landscape. Pastor Dan's legacy is perhaps most visible in the lives of the countless children he has empowered, two of which were mine. Over a 10-year span, he and his family opened their home to foster roughly 60 children, in addition to the work he does at the school, providing them with a stable foundation and ensuring they were rooted in the church community. His commitment to youth continues to evolve through innovative outreach, such as the leadership in the PG athletics culture, and his recent initiative to establish a youth football program in coordination with city leadership. Whether serving locally or abroad, Pastor Dan Williams remains a true community hero, honored for his tireless efforts to mentor the next generation and his unwavering dedication to be a pillar of strength for everyone in Pleasant Grove. Pastor Dan, we thank you, we appreciate you, and we honor you for being a servant to the PG community.
I am very surprised, and I do thank you very much. I don't know exactly, that comes from the council and from the mayor?
It was someone nominated you.
Okay.
And, we absolutely agree with every word that was said
All
in the
right.
nomination. I don't know if she wants us to share it, but
Mhm.
is it okay to share who?
I think I probably know, but,
Miss Lang.
but I think the important thing is that we continue to do the work of the Lord, to do the outreach, to do what we can to reach children and teenagers. And, no, we don't always receive new members, but I think just the continuation of letting people know that the Lord is important, that for us to be involved in church, for us to be involved in prayer, Bible study, that type of thing. And so maybe just the ongoing, continual reminders to folks that God is still with us, and we need to recognize Him in our lives and to honor Him in all that we do. Amen. So that's where we are.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, did you get it? Okay, I didn't get it. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Family. It's right. You gonna be in the picture? Oh, no.
Stay there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I will add that Pastor Dan and Counselor Pastor Gino Brown, they also conduct a program called First Priority every week at the Pleasant Grove High School. And I know he's been doing that for, oh God, I don't know how many years. Yeah. But he's been doing that, I know, since my children were in elementary school. So he went from the middle school and then progressed to the high school. So we appreciate you, Pastor Dan, for allowing God to use you. Now, without further ado, we actually have one last presentation for you. It's a very special one. Um, ready? It's a very special one from Miss A. Faye Calhoun. If you hear the dogs barking, keep moving. If you see the torch in the woods, keep moving. If you hear them shouting, and their shouting seems like at you, keep moving. If you ever want to taste of freedom, don't ever stop. Oh, get yourself, catch yourself. Don't ever stop. In the words of the late, great, the most profound Underground Railroad conductor, Harriet Tubman. One of my favorite quotes, and as I transition to share with you excerpts from my most recent publication, I already know many of you have shared with me. You ordered your books through Amazon. They did not arrive. I hate that for you. The other option is to order through our website. I do want to thank the mayor and those that have supported, the counselors and all of you. Universal takeaways from Tubman, leadership and light. This is my 6th publication, and I'm extremely proud to say that I have the blessings of Harriet's great, great, great grandniece,
which means more than I could ever express. This book is dedicated to every courageous soul who has ever felt a stirring within, a whisper, a warning, a divine nudge, calling you to rise. To the dreamers who move forward even when the path is unclear. To the leaders who return for those still in the shadows. To the believers who stand on sacred ground and step with courage. On to Harriet, whose faith, fortitude, and fire continue to illuminate generations. One of my favorite passages, with this being Love Month, is titled Went Back. Before Harriet Tubman became a liberator for hundreds, she first tried to liberate someone close to her heart, her own husband, John Tubman. This journey was one of hope, love, courage, and ultimately heartbreak. But it is also where one of her greatest leadership lessons was born. Her heart was full of expectation, her spirit was full of hope, her mind was full of strategy, her faith was full of fire. She believed that once she tasted freedom, she could extend that freedom to John. It wasn't meant. If you will read on throughout the book, she walked away with clarity, and many of us would say that even before it was popular, Harriet found love with another John. This time, it was the second time around. She was around 47 and he was around 22. Wow, we've got some great listeners. Nearly half her age. By the standards of her time, and even by today's expectations, this union raised eyebrows. Yet Harriet was never one to live her life by the approval of others. This was not an act of rebellion for rebellion's sake. It was an act of agency. Harriet had lived a life marked by trauma, loss, and sacrifice. Her first husband, John Tubman, had chosen the institution of slavery over freedom with her, a heartbreak that lingered long after she crossed into liberation, and so on and so on. We are grateful for John Nelson. And in the end, we know that Harriet's life was one that was selfless. She went back time and time and time again. Some say 12 times, some say 13, it doesn't matter. We know that she went back. One of my favorite passages, which I will close with, it's heart-wrenching, but it's real. When people misinterpret your purpose, DEI, and my response, good. Because I desire inclusion, not exclusion, unity, not division, light, not silence, reflection, not retreat. My message was never meant to blend into comfort. It was designed to challenge, to invite, to illuminate, to inspire, and to bridge what others try to separate. My book is not about politics. It is about people. Harriet Tubman was a champion for humanity long before equality had a name. Her life teaches us freedom is for all, justice is for all, courage is for all, leadership is for all, light is for all. And I close with one of her favorite quotes, God's time is always near.
Thank you so much for such an inspirational presentation. We appreciate you, Ms. Afe. Did she, I don't know, Ms. Calhoun? Did she? Oh, okay. Okay. And I apologize, Counselor Brown. He has a presentation as well, so I apologize. You should have nudged me. Oh, okay, okay. Thank you.
Hey, I'll be brief. In November, Miss Ione got up here and she was talking about the Hope Community Outreach, which is a food pantry, and they do many other things, but at First Baptist Church here in Pleasant Grove, and they provide food for families in having hard times and hard situations. And in her presentation, or in her just talking about it, she said November and December are hard times to gather food because everybody's, they're focused on other things as well. So I got a call, or actually a text from one of my friends who was one of my customers and also a citizen of Pleasant Grove. And she said, I'm going to need to have a trailer and a truck. Can you help me out? And I said, well, sure I can. And she said, I saw what Miss Ione had said on the live feed, and I wanted to do something. I want to start a food drive at the elementary school. So December the 1st through December the 10th, the 11th, they had a food drive. 16 classes participated. Over 500 items were collected. 3 classes collected more than 100 items each. Mrs. Robinson's first grade class was in first place. Mrs. Flory's second grade class was in second place. And Mrs. Ford's first grade class was in third place. So my son and I met at the school that day, and we loaded up the trailer and took it over to the Hope Community Outreach. And a couple of months ago, I started a thing that I wanted to recognize citizens in our city that did things that impacted our community. And I call it the Community Impact Award. And this is given to someone who says, I see a need, and I'm going to fulfill it. And so tonight, the recipient of that reward is my friend, Miss Veronica Cole. Thank you, Ms. Cole, for having the heart to want to help others, for taking the initiative to say, there are people in need, what can I do? And for organizing and going to Principal Lewis and putting this all together. We thank you and we appreciate all that you've done to help families in our community that need help. Thank you so much. And with that, I want her to stay up here because I want to include these people in the picture too. I asked the directors of Hope Community Outreach, Miss Beth Vines and Miss Lori Simpson, to also be here tonight. And I also wanted to present them with a Community Impact Award because these ladies, every Tuesday, they come in contact with families that have need, and they the Bradbury Association has joined and has been awesome about providing meals for these people as well and food. So I wanted these guys to come, these ladies to come, and so you can see a face of the people that are putting hope back into families here in Pleasantville. So thank you to you three, and also to First Baptist Church for being a light in our community. So gather together. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Congratulations. You want them to say? Okay. Thank you for that, Counselor Brown, Counselor Van Williams, Miss Salethia Van. Thank you all for making sure that we recognize those that are making these huge ripples in the water of our community. I tell you, it's amazing. We always want to honor. So if there's anyone in the public that wants to honor someone here in our city, please do not hesitate to reach out to our offices. We will be happy to assist with that in any way that we are able to. And again, that number is 205-744-1724. Now that she's back in here, Miss Arlethea, thank you so much for such an inspiring very heartfelt, well thought out presentation. It was words of encouragement for me, and I want to make that publicly known. So thank you so much. Yes, ma'am, for honoring my invite. Okay, so that's all for special presentations, if no others? Okay, so now, we will address those items that we have added to the agenda. So, one item we need to address is adding an additional court date for the city of Pleasant Grove. While we have one court date per month, because of the limited parking spaces and the limited area that you're in now is also our courtroom, it's very limited. It's not that we have a great abundance of people unreasonably coming to court, it's just we don't have the space. So, we need to add a court date. And so I'm asking for unanimous consent because it will be a permanent action. I'm asking for unanimous consent to consider this item, to add an additional court date, and that's in the form of a motion.
I'll second it.
And we have a motion, it's been properly second for unanimous consent to consider it. Any questions on the unanimous consent portion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Okay, now I make a motion that we add a second court date on dates to be determined by our current municipal court judge, Mr. Ken Moore, for such times that he deems necessary for the city of Pleasant Grove. However, we will not have a month that will have less than 2 court dates per month. And that's in the form of a motion.
I second.
We have a motion, it's been properly second. Any questions on the actual motion to add a second court date?
Just one. I know we did talk about it in pre-council, but you just made a statement, so I just want to clarify. So I know that we won't have a month with less than 2. There will be months where we may have more than 2 court nights?
No, it's, that's just terminology.
Okay.
Any other questions? Hearing no other questions, all those in favor with a show of hands? And that motion passes unanimously. We have one additional item that we need to address, and it was our agenda was amended to include this item, so we would not need unanimous consent to consider it. However, it needs to be placed to a vote, and I would like to read that. I make a motion to authorize the mayor and the city attorney to take all necessary legal and administrative actions to recover city funds that were improperly, unlawfully, or mistakenly dispersed. This authorization applies to any payment or transfer of, or the improper collection of funds on behalf of the city of Pleasant Grove contrary to Alabama law. This authorization also includes recovery from any current or former officer, employee, contractor, or third party who received or retained city funds to which they were not legally entitled to receive or retain, and that's in the form of a motion.
I second that motion.
That motion has been that motion has been properly seconded. Any questions?
Yeah, Mayor, I
Yes,
would
sir.
like to have a little more information on it myself.
Okay, what would you like to know, Mr.
I would like
Lassiter?
to know a little bit more about I would like to have a little bit more information in writing, if it's okay.
Okay, so I will say that we've addressed this multiple times, and the call for question was given a few times already in our pre-council meetings. And unless you have a specific, then we will proceed with the vote. And then you have the same rights as any others to vote or not vote for it. Any other questions? Okay, hearing no other questions, all those in favor with a show of hands? And all those opposed? And that motion fails. So I would like to make the public aware that this is dealing with the collection or solicitation of funds on behalf of the city of Pleasant Grove but that was not an authorized act. The city of Pleasant Grove did receive funds on behalf of the city of Pleasant Grove. Those funds were deposited into our accounts. A check was remitted to a former City of Pleasant Grove city councilor, and then those funds were were submitted to that city councilor improperly and should not have been, because the city council and the previous city council and the previous mayor did not authorize, first, the solicitation of funds for the event, and second, they did not authorize the event itself. It was not advertised. It was not put on or conducted on behalf of the city of Pleasant Grove. And then the third thing is those funds should never have been submitted to that previous city councilor. So I just wanted to make the public aware of the item that was coming before us. And so the recorded vote is 3 in favor of collecting those funds back from the person who was not authorized to receive them, and then 3 no for not collecting those funds back. So I just wanted to make the public aware. Okay, now we have the officers of the city reports. We'll start with you, Councilor Laster.
Yes, ma'am. I didn't, during the presentation, I didn't want to do that one during that time. I wanted to take the time that I had, for my presentation, and also to, talk about a little issue that I need to share with the public tonight. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I would like to Ms. Lassiter to come up, please. Ms. Lassiter, I want to thank you so much for being concerned about your city, looking out for your city as you clean up your city, your outstanding service. So I want to thank you so much for, for what you're doing and continue to do what you're doing. So thank you. I know your heart is in it. I know it's meaningful, so I want to thank you for what you're doing. So keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, Ms. Lassiter. Also, I believe that you should always lead by example. We had scheduled that cleanup, me and Ms. Lassiter, and we had, and you can't hear me? Okay, and so we had a couple of more one our citizen, one our council member that came out and joined us, and the council member had expressed on doing this the following week. And I was like, man, it's cold. It was cold out there. And me and him showed up. And we talked, and we got to know one another a little better. And I just thank God for him. But I do say that you should always lead. My mom always told me, don't ask nobody to do nothing you won't do. And that's where I was raised. And me and council, we got together, and we talked about it. And we said you lead by examples. And so we want to lead by examples. So we're encouraging the citizen too also. This is your city. Everything been good, everything that we've seen tonight, everybody played a part of it. So we thank God for that. So we do still need to keep our city clean. So I want to recognize our city council, Councilman James Wilkerson. And thank you so much. And also, wife as well. She could. On that end, I have some information from the board. Can I share that? I talked to, we do know that, I don't know how many of you guys know that we have in, the Birmingham Water Works have had a major turnover for the administration part though. I don't know if anyone I know that. I know it's been in the public eyes and everything. Right now, they're doing infrastructure work for us. And I talked to them, they added on 2 more streets for us. So they're gonna be doing infrastructure. They've been, talked on, 13th Street, all over the internet, Facebook and everything. I'm not a Facebook person, but every now and then I look out there. And I don't pay no attention to it, and I thank you, Mayor, for saying that we would not honor stuff like that. Thank you for that. But we want to address that a little bit. The Birmingham Water Works, what they're doing, they changing out those old plastic pipes that been in the ground for hundreds of years. Should have been done. And they're gonna run new service to the houses. New meter box, you get a bigger pipe, you get better pressure to your house. When they get through with that, they're gonna come back and surface the pavement. So that's a, you know, so be patient with them as they do what they need to do. And spread the word to other citizens that this is what's taking place. Spread the word, because we don't need all that talking going on, you know, so spread the word. I do want to say too, ma'am, that we had a great time at our senior citizen. We had an awesome time. I encourage everybody to come up and sit with us, come up and be with us. We had an awesome time. And we learned Zuma. That's what it is? Yeah, so, and then also we had somebody there to teach us about diabetes. You want to stand up and tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, I'm Lavinia Barnes, and I'm with Connection Health. Good evening. As I stated, we were with Connection Health, and we were talking about eye health and diabetes. And we want you to try to prevent diabetes at all costs. So we encourage everyone to get their comprehensive eye exam, not just check the eye, see if you need glasses and that's it. We need to get them dilated so they can look behind the eye to see what's going on. And that way they can tell whether you have, neuropathy or something is going on with cataracts or glaucoma or whatever. Get your eyes checked at least once a year. And then you'll be pretty safe like that. Because you can't replace your eyes. So we need to keep them in good shape. I told them, when I had cataracts. So when I got them removed, I said, oh, I can see. I thought, but if you have those, don't worry about it, because they're not gonna come back. So just have your eyes checked. Adults, start training your children to do the same thing. Get their eyes checked as well. Thank you so much, Councilman Lassiter. And we will be bringing other projects to Pleasant Grove, because I want all of our people to have good health.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
And on that note, ma'am, one more item. Miss Dansby, she, over the weekend, she went to Arkansas, and she ran into a lot of snow, so when she got back, she had a little issues in her home, so she couldn't be here tonight, but she did tell me that she wanted me to tell everyone to make sure you come out on the 10th of February for the line dance. She said, come out and enjoy yourself, but she do want you to come out and be a part of the line dance. So, thank y'all. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Councilor Lassiter. Councilor Gary?
Good evening. So I'll start off with welcome to February. So we're in the second month of the year. And like the mayor has already said, it's Heart Health Month. So another take on it is let's show love. Let's be kind and courteous. Let's be helpful to our neighbors. Meet someone and try to help someone that you don't know in Pleasant Grove. And I promise that in addition to the strength building, that loving somebody will definitely make your heart stronger. So just make sure we're loving on each other. In January, I had the opportunity to attend the Alabama League of Municipalities Advocacy Day, and I'm all about continuing education. It was really a good opportunity. Got to talk with some of our state legislators and just to learn about all of the legislation that's going on now that can affect Pleasant Grove and our surrounding areas. And so I'm sure that we'll see things coming down as the time goes on. There's still another maybe 6 weeks or so that they have in the session. And so we're looking forward to seeing what all may come down and what will be available to help the city of Pleasant Grove. I have the information from the library. There's some bookmarks that are laying down there, and I have some here. I think there's some in the hall as well, and they have all the activities, or some of the activities, for the month of February for the library. But the library has some activities going on this month. On Wednesday of this week at 10 a.m., we're having Paint with Brenda, and it's $15 per person. On Saturday, February the 7th, we will have Mark Melanson, I think I'm saying that properly, and the Poetry Club, which will host a Black History Fireside Chat at the library at 9 a.m. On February the 11th at 10 a.m., the Poetry Club will have a single resonant source, the 100 Best African American Poems, edited by Nika Giovanni, and that will be at the library. On February the 18th, the book club will meet at 10 a.m. And the book that they're reading this month is The Housemaid's Secret, and everyone is invited to come out and join. The Black History Highlight Program is going to be on Wednesday, February the 25th at 10 a.m. The library will be hosting Mrs. Gwendolyn Sanders Gamble. She was a 1963 foot soldier in Birmingham's Children's Crusades and a recruiter. And she will speak about how her and her sisters' experiences as civil rights children's leaders, how that affected them. And so refreshments will be served and everyone is invited to come. Black History bookmarks are available in the library for the children to color all month long. Please come by and pick one up. And then they have Nitwit's group meeting on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. The library will be closed on Saturday, February the 14th through Monday, February the 16th for President's Day, and they will reopen on Tuesday, February the 17th at 8 a.m. The only other thing that I have is I like for the residents to know why I vote the way that I vote on some items. And so the item that we had tonight that I voted against, the reason that I did is because I have not been able to find anything that says that the city has to approve the receipt of those donations in advance. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying I haven't been able to locate that, a statute or an ordinance that would say that it had to be done. And because it was advertised as an event between one of the city councilors and the Pleasant Grove Park Board, the Park Board is not a total separate entity, so I feel like it was still a city event that it was published under. And so that's kind of why I voted the way I voted. And so, you know, that may change if something else comes up that gives me additional information. But right now, I just felt like I didn't have enough legal background on it to be able to vote in favor of that motion tonight. And Mayor, that's all I have. Y'all have a great rest of the week.
Thank you, Councilor Brown.
Good evening, everyone. Again, I will be brief. We tried to meet with the park board, but because of weather, we had to postpone that meeting, and President Taylor and myself have not been able to glue down another date yet, but we're trying to get that because we need to have a meeting, probably a couple this month, but we're working on that. As far as the public safety goes, I just wanted to give a shout out to Chief Reed and your officers. I got 2 text messages this morning from our head of security at our church, which is a former FBI agent himself, and one of our head of our deacons. And they said that personally thank the chief and his department for checking our doors. because they saw on camera that the officers actually went around to all of our doors on our church and made sure everything was locked up. So thank you for them being so proactive in doing that. And that's a note from the Public Safety Committee. Then on a personal note, I wanted to thank, first of all, Councilor Lassiter. He and I ran across each other because we were running around trying to look at 13th Street and all the issues that we had seen taking place. And it's just really cool to see both of us out almost running into each other, looking at the roads and trying to figure out what's going on. So thank you, Councilor Lassiter, for being so proactive in that and giving us that report that you also gave me that day. I appreciate that very much about them resurfacing that road. And then I also like to thank Councilor Gary and Councilor Wilkerson. We were able to, along with some other people, join together, and Miss Jackson, whose son was injured in the shooting a couple of months ago, is still in the hospital. I've been able to visit him a couple of times, and through their efforts and also other people joining with us, we were able to take care of a couple of financial issues that they have because she's missing so much work. So I wanted to thank you guys for helping out with that greatly. And then the last thing I'd like to note is this, joining with Pastor Dan, our churches in our community have been working really good with the First Priority Club at the high school. We have 4 youth pastors that have been there pretty much every week, all of us. And this coming Wednesday night at Bethel, we're going to have a joint service with all of our youth ministries here in the city of Pleasant Grove. So if you haven't know a student that lives in Pleasant Grove that maybe doesn't attend church somewhere and would like to join a part of that, or if they go to another church outside of Pleasant Grove, maybe, you know, it would be a good opportunity to say, hey, join together with some students from your school and have a worship night. But that's going to be at Bethel this coming Wednesday night at 6:30. And they will be eating from 5:30. They will be feeding those students at 5:30. So if they'd like to come early and eat, that would be awesome as well. You guys can't come, sorry. But we appreciate Bethel for hosting that, and First Baptist hosted it a couple of months ago, and it's just awesome to see our churches working together to try to reach the teens of this community. So thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilor Brown. Councilor Van Williams.
Can I go? Can I go ahead?
Councilor Wilkerson.
Thank you much. I would like to first thank Councilor Lassiter for the award. My wife is going to be very appreciative as well. And Councilor Lassiter, you should be recognized as well.
Yes.
While Councilor Lassiter and I was out policing the city, I asked myself a question. Is this why Pleasant Grove elected me to be a city councilor? And after I pondered that thought for a minute, I say, yes, it is. Because as he previously stated, leading by example. I'll never ask anyone to do anything that I won't do myself. The beautiful city of Pleasant Grove, I want to first thank Public Works. I see the guys out all the time cleaning our highways and byways. Our city is looking good, and I'm quite appreciative of that. Ms. Regina Van Williams, for the work that you're doing with our youth, I tip my hat and commend you and encourage you to continue. I often state this. We have a mayor with a purpose and a vision, and I thank you, Mayor, for that purpose and that vision. Pleasant Grove is moving forward, and I'm grateful. I was in the country of Texas, no pun intended, over the weekend, and I was bragging about many of the accomplishments of Pleasant Grove that I've been able to witness since I've been here. We have a phenomenal basketball team. We have a phenomenal district ROTC program. Baseball is around the corner, and I'm looking forward to supporting our baseball team. We have churches in our community who has concern and are very passionate about our citizens. That speaks volumes. That speaks volumes, and I'm grateful for that. One last thing, I'm the chairman of the Pleasant Grove Beautification Committee. If you're interested in being a member of that beautification committee, please contact City Hall. I would love to have my first meeting the end of this month. Thank you for attending. Invite someone on the second and the fourth Tuesday. Come up to the community center. You know, let's have a good time. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilor Wilkerson. Pro Tem Van Williams.
Can I go now?
So just to kind of continue on, we'll move briefly. The Bradbury Foundation, speaking of the Hope Community Outreach Center at First Baptist, we were able to, along with, as Brother Brown said, we were able to drop $1,000 worth of groceries into that bank on last week. So we did make good on that. That was engaged. Also, with the youth initiative I mentioned, I'm not going to go too far into it. Just know it is getting started. I'm working with the principal and all the counselors at the school, as well as Brother Goldsmith on public works, because he's initiating his, kids working for the summer. So I'm sure we'll be able to work together along with the seniors. So we're going to pull all that together. There's no need to have so many separate things. When we have all of it, we can pull it together. All right. The other thing, I do chair the finance portion of the dais here. We're going to be meeting shortly, coming up, my team and I, and we want to talk about how healthy we are financially. A lot of you don't see the details. You just kind of hear that we're voting on the bills, but we actually look better than we did last year this time. So that should make you feel a little bit better. We're spending where we need to. We need to spend much more. We have much more to do, but you have to do it in moderation. All right, but we do look better than we did on last year. Everything is steady. All of our investments are steady. They are positive in making money. So get statements every quarter that look good. Anything can be improved, but we're going to work on it as we come. Okay. Well, not necessarily lastly, but Pleasant Grove Elementary School, they're going to have their spirit night at Chuck E. Cheese, of all places. Hey, the kids love it. Adults hate it. February the 5th, 3 to 9. And I understand that the proceeds will benefit the school directly. So that's February the 5th, 3 to 9 p.m. If you don't do anything but go by, get some nachos, play a game or two or something like that, those proceeds will benefit the elementary school. Is that correct, Ms. Cole? Yes. Okay. All right. So also, too, we were able to, which location? I think it's only one. Is it Vestavia? Vestavia. Thank you for that. Also was able to travel, as Councilwoman Gary mentioned, to League of a Municipality. It was the Advocacy Day. That was a week or two ago? Mm-hmm. Yes, we were able to get further education there in Montgomery for a half day. Lots of learning there. That was always, it's always good to get further learning. So other than that, that's all I have. That's all I have.
Mayor, if I could, please.
Yes, sir.
I would be remiss if I didn't thank Councilor Brown for the work that he's doing in the city.
Yes.
And thank you for including me, Councilor Brown.
Thank you to everyone. We do need to address one additional matter. The city of Pleasant Grove will not be open on February 16th for President's Day. So I don't recall us taking an action to change that meeting date, Mr. Cobb.
It wasn't.
Okay. So we need to take an action on changing that meeting date from February 16th. We could either change it to the 17th or to the 23rd. We need a motion. Yes, sir.
Yeah, normally the park board will meet on the last Monday of the month.
But there's also a pancake supper at Pleasant Grove United Methodist Church on the 17th. And that's in support of some of their programs to assist the community. So we need to consider that as well, as we would encourage the community to support that effort.
Mayor,
I'm sorry?
is next Monday not an option?
It can be. We just need a motion and we vote on it.
Okay, Mayor,
Yes.
I make a motion that we move the February 16th meeting to February the 9th at the same time.
Okay, we have the motion and a proper second. Any questions on February 9th? Changing the meeting from February 16th to February 9th. All those in favor, by a show of hands? And that motion passes unanimously. One additional thing I would like to add is just for public consumption. On January 8th, I received an extensive list of requests from Councilor Gary. And one of those questions was what code section governed the requiring authorization of the city to authorize the collection or solicitation of funds. And I responded extensively on January 12th, providing you that code section. So I just wanted to make sure that that was stated for the record, that that was addressed properly upon the request of your information. Requesting what code section governed that. So I just wanted to make sure the public was aware. But do we have any citizen comments at this time? Yes. We ask that you come to the mic and so we can hear you and, yes, sir.
My name is DeWitt Vincent.
Yes, sir.
I've noticed a lot of time when we make these motions, since I've been coming to these meetings, it's always be split a lot of times.
Mhm.
And I know you have a purpose and you got a vision. But as long as this thing is split, ain't nothing gonna happen.
I agree.
And I feel like, as a citizen of Pleasant Grove, when y'all making these motion, I just feel like we need to raise our hands sometime. I feel like we don't get a chance to say what we really want to say. I don't know whether or not they're holding in on it or what. My name is DeWitt Vincent. If you don't like what I'm saying, talk to me about it. But I feel like Pleasant Grove citizens need to put their share in, whether they like it or not. Now, when you were talking about these funds, we need to know where these funds go. We cannot get nothing done if the fund going someplace else. And that's something we need to look into. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Vincent. But I will share that this point of the meeting is your opportunity to share and express. Unfortunately, you would not have a vote or a say-so during the meeting. Yes, sir. But this is the opportunity that you have, and we appreciate your feedback. Hi.
Hey, how are y'all?
I'm good.
I'm Octavian Walls. I come to y'all not just as a business owner, but as, advocate for the youth. I started Beautiful Barks Boutique, which is a grooming academy. I was the first Black groomer in the state of Alabama in 2017. I have so far pushed 12 kids through my program. I have 12 kids now. I push youth advocacy, pushing and speaking for the youth because, they don't have a voice for themselves. I reach kids that are very talented, very motivated, and that are dedicated children that do not have the resources or do not have the means. A lot of times we try to tell these kids what to do and force certain things and for certain lifestyles and opinions on these kids instead of reaching out to them, understanding them, and actually building them up and creating a different wave and avenue for them. The program was basically started to push kids that look like me, but as I got into the program and further, I've reached different kids in different aspects of life, from kids to DHR. We are partnered with the Housing Authority, AIDS Alabama, and also Pleasant Grove High School with co-op students. So I come to the community of Pleasant Grove not asking for charity, for support to actually help build up and lift the kids, because if we build them now and create a different future for them now, we don't have to go back and try to mask and restructure, rebuild, hurt, forced traumas and things, issues that they may face further on in life. Grooming is a very lucrative business that can go anywhere worldwide. When I first started grooming, I was one of 240 black licensed groomers in the U.S. Now we have a little over 512. I'm also on the board of the Black Groomers Alliance, which is U.S. Based. We travel, we compete. I'm actually taking 6 kids to competition March 13th through the 15th. So just here in the community, and I would love for you guys to come out, support the kids, actually help build them up, kind of see what the program is about, because it's more than just sports, it's more than just band. We have to teach our kids that there are other things out there that they can actually grow and have a lucrative business in. With grooming, it's a national certification. It can be an apprenticeship. In Jefferson County, it's not like they don't require a GED, they don't require anything to actually become a groomer. It just requires like apprenticeship hours, community service, things of that nature. That's another way for kids that may not have the means, the funds to go to college, or may not, feel like college is for them. But however, they can take a trade that they can take them far, from, $20,000 to $160,000. You never know. It just depends on how they actually apply themselves and where they're actually going in the business. We have been in Pleasant Grove since August. It's been a little shaky, but I think it's mainly because we're new. It's something different. People never really see, groomers of color. It's something different. So it's like building a trust up, building a bond with not only the communities, the dogs, everybody, because nobody's used to seeing it. Not even the people of color, you know what I mean? I hate to say it like that, but, we are here. And, we got kids that are trying and that likes it. And actually, I love what I do, so here. If y'all have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me.
Thank you.
I'm located at 131 Park Road, right across from CBS.
Thank you,
If
Ms.
you have any questions, you can also follow me on any social media platforms. It's Beautiful Barnes LLC. And yeah, go for it.
Thank you so much. And
Actually, I do. I do have some cards actually in the back that I can give you guys. And I do have a student that I did bring along with me. Maddie,
Okay.
I hate to put her but she's one of my students that is involved. Actually, she is a few weeks in. She's grooming by herself. She's actually going to be competing national level in March. So
where's the competition?
It's in Atlanta.
Okay.
And so she's going to be one out of 3 of the youngest in her category. She's 17 now.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, everybody else in that category she's competing in. 62 other contestants, and like I said, it's Aaron is 17. He's also in the program, and then it's a 22-year-old.
Okay.
That's competing.
Excellent.
Like I said, we're here. We're doing new things and trying to.
And I will say I stumbled upon your business, if you remember that day.
Yes.
His business is top notch, and he knows exactly what he's doing with the pups. He really does know what he's doing. So I appreciate you coming.
Right, thank you.
Wasn't expecting you,
and I
but
do appreciate you.
yeah, no problem.
And it's good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
And I will also introduce you to Miss Sheila Pleasant here on our front row. She's also a dog groomer. She owns Wags and Whiskers right across the street from you.
Yeah. Right across
Behind Chevron, yes. So it's an honor to have two groomers here in the city.
18 years.
And Miss Pleasant has been grooming for me for, God, a long time. So it's so nice. Thank you so much. We wish you so much more luck. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. And if you will share some information, we'd be sure to pass that on. You're welcome to tag our page with your competition pictures. We would love to see the updates. The City of Pleasant Grove AL.
Okay.
And also come back and share with us how your apprentice does.
They're doing great. great already, but I will.
Oh, you said what now?
I said they're doing great already.
Oh, no, I'm saying competition.
Right.
Yes.
As far as grooming on a day-to-day basis, I have them grooming already because they have to build their confidence up now.
Yes.
And what way to learn other than making mistakes and going through it now? I tell them they can do anything but give up. So
Okay. I love that. Thank you so much for being a community impact.
Hello there, I'm Richard Carter, 739 12th Street, here in Pleasant Grove.
Yes,
I
sir.
have a question for y'all.
Yes, sir.
There's a bridge that was rebuilt in the past summer. And now there's chains going across both ends of it. Why is that?
Are you speaking of the park?
Yes.
Yes, sir, because the bridge was in disrepair and the persons that worked on the bridge did not repair everything that needed to be repaired properly.
Okay.
So for safety purposes, we want to make sure that we did everything we could to maintain safety at its highest standard that we could in the park. So that's what it is. But hopefully that will be repaired. But due to the weather and the ongoing issues and concerns and unfinished work we have with the contractors, that has not been done yet. So,
Oh, okay.
yes, sir. Thank you.
For Mayor
Yes,
and
sir.
council members,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to present a little information about what we have coming up with flag football. We've been doing actually Pleasant Grove youth basketball there at the church for many years, and we're going to tackle flag football coming up here pretty soon. And y'all can have one of these flyers. We're going to begin March 13th and 14th, and that will be a free camp that we're going to propose for that Friday and Saturday. And then immediately after that, we're going to kick off the league with registrations and putting teams together and that type of thing. It goes from U6, which is under 6 years old and under, through 14 and under. We have 5 different age group leagues there, and we are looking forward to pulling this off. DeMarcus Evans is working with me, or I'm working with him, one way or the other, to pull this together. That's his picture there, and he is on the pro level. I don't know what level he's on, but he's won many tournaments and that type of thing. And so we're hoping that this expands to the western side of Birmingham, not just Pleasant Grove, but we're going to include anywhere from this side of Interstate 65 up through Adamsville and up through Oak Grove, and as far as west as we can go as well. We're going to put these brochures these flyers in about 25 schools this week. That's about 20, I don't know, we've printed up 2,300 flyers, and we've got those ready. We've also been including the information on social media to get the word out. And so we hope that we're able to play here in Pleasant Grove, and I know that's pending to hear from the park board. And I'm a little concerned about the dates because y'all are going to meet at the end of the month, and y'all will meet here March 2nd. And so, but that'll give us a couple of weeks. It'll be fine. And I don't know, we're just looking forward to this. We're getting the brochures out. We're going to be reaching out to the businesses, probably in Hueytown and Pleasant Grove, hopefully to raise some scholarship money and money for a little bit of administrative cost, that type of thing. We've talked about a number of 5,000, but that's a huge number. But anything will be helpful for scholarships and to reduce the amount of the league cost. So that's where we are. We're looking forward to a new venture. We did flag football many years ago, and that was going very well, but we quit, and here we are again. We're going to do it again. So all right.
So I will add, Pastor Dan, that one of the Boys and Girls Club of Hueytown did see the advertisement for the flag football team, and he stated that if things don't work out with your ability to have it here, that the Hueytown Boys and Girls Club is open
Okay.
to allow you to have the camp there.
Okay.
And they have all of the equipment and everything that has been provided to them by the I guess, Flag Football League. I don't know how that works,
Yeah,
but
okay.
they have all of the resources as well. So that may be an option for
Okay.
you.
I know that the city, maybe Errol, maybe Charles, is trying to pull together a tackle league, and I'm hoping that this flag football league will at least pull enough children to say that they may feed over into the tackle league, and so I think it would be a great benefit to be able to work together on both of these. And maybe for the future, for the tackle league ball.
Okay. Thank you so much.
And Mayor, if I might
Yes.
add, Brother Dan, that is an ASAP thing that we're trying to, I've
Yes.
made President Errol aware that we need to move on that quickly, because we want you guys to be here, because I think it'll be a great catalyst into what Charles is, Mr. Goldsmith, is trying to do with the tackle football program. It will be a great learning thing, and it will a great feed into the city program as well. So we do have that as an ASAP thing that I'm giving
Great.
urgency. We need to get something done.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes,
Great.
I want it here too. I just was giving you
Yes.
an alternative. I don't want anyone to quote that I was trying to send it to Hueytown.
Yeah.
It's not what I was doing.
There are probably a couple of other alternatives, but the football field would be the best. We've got a field across the street from us, but we'd rather the football field. That'd be
Yes,
better.
sir. Okay, thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you.
And thank you to Pro Tem Van Williams for reminding me I did not address the officers of the city. I apologize. Mr. Cobb?
I don't have
Mr. Goldsmith?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Goldsmith, Public Works Director. I just want to address that the Beaver Pond across the road is Jefferson County property. So I know some people on Pleasant Grove website, they're complaining about it, but it's their property. They want to do what they want to do. They did catch 2 beavers out there, and if they don't control that, why it's controllable, it will wash their road away.
Yes.
So I just want to say, please don't complain about it. We were just trying to keep their road safely as possible.
Thank you.
Other than that, I think that's it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Goldsmith. Chief Reed? Thank you for that.
I didn't say anything last time. Hey, I just want to thank the council. This year when they passed the budget, they kind of increased our benefits package, which helped me recruit and retain, and I'm really proud to say that we've just hired 2 paramedics, and that fills us up. So we're now fully staffed in the fire department. And we had another one of our fireman who's been working hard on his paramedic license, and he finished and passed that as well. So our paramedic support now is better than it's been in a long time in Pleasant Grove, so I'm glad for that.
Thank you, Chief.
Also, I have one other police officer that's going through the final things today. We have to do psychological evals and all kind of medical testing and stuff, and he's passed all that as of today. So hopefully in about 2 weeks, we'll also be fully staffed in the police department. So good things are going to.
Thank you for that, Chief Reed. Chief Reed diligently works to make sure that we maintain our highest levels and most professional and productive personnel that he can for our city, so we appreciate that. One other, go ahead, Ms. Sheila. Yes, ma'am.
Sheila Pleasant, 1408 9th Street. I want to know, are we still concerned about people parking cars in the front door of their houses?
Yes, ma'am.
And are 18-wheelers allowed to park in the community?
So currently, our zoning does not prohibit that, but we are looking into options that may be a meet in the middle for our community. So currently, our zoning does not necessarily prohibit that, but there are parameters to that, like it can't block access or, to or from, it can't block our public safety vehicles, it can't block someone's driveway, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now concerning overgrown trees in your neighbor's yard. And if a storm comes and it's overgrown, it could fall on my house. Is there anything other than me talking to my neighbor?
Well, you can talk to your neighbor, but I will have to research if we have an actual ordinance about trees. We do have an ordinance about overgrown grass, of course, but I'm not sure about trees. And that becomes a situation where, you get into the fence line and the, property line and stuff like that. So I would have to know a little bit more about that, and I'd be happy to talk to you about it offline, to see if we can figure out the proper steps to take in your particular situation, because with a tree, every situation could be different.
Right.
So I don't want to give a blanket answer.
Okay. Also would like to understand why is it difficult to agree on receiving funds from someone that that was not supposed to receive it? What is difficult about voting to get that money back? Why can't you all agree that if someone receives something that they shouldn't have had, that you get the money back? Why is it that you all can't agree on that?
I think that would be an individual question for the counselors that voted.
Can you answer that? Why is it difficult to agree?
Ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so, I tried to address that because like I said, I like for the public to know why I vote
I heard you.
against. And so, and as the mayor stated, she did provide me with a response that started out saying that there's no specific code that says that the council has to vote on it in advance. I just don't have enough information to say that the process was done incorrectly based off of the way that it was presented to the public. And so that's why I can't vote for it. And so I don't know that it was improperly done or that there was any illegalities to the way that it was handled. And so that's why I can't vote yes at this time.
Okay, and you, sir?
Yeah, I had really actually seen, any information on that. And so I need to see a little bit more. I know we talked about it in pre-council, but I need to see a little bit more so I can understand what I'm voting.
So you don't know you're voting on something that somebody got something they shouldn't have gotten?
I say I need to see a little bit more of that.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You, Mr. Brown?
Well, it's basically at this point, for me, it's an opinion of whether they should have gotten that or not. The former council already approved and paid that out, and now we're being asked to go back and reverse a payment that they had already approved to be paid out.
The mayor
So,
said it was not approved.
that's not correct, Councilor Brown, and we just discussed this in pre-council. So the city council has not authorized the expenditure of those funds. Those funds have been provided on a list of bills, but every time they were provided on the list of bills, those funds were removed from the list of bills before a vote was taken on those funds. So to say that those funds have been approved, that is not true.
But-
And now we have a former city councilor here, And we also have Councilor Lassiter, who's a former city council. I'm a former city councilor. So everything that I have provided and now, just so the public is aware, we have talked about this no less than 5 times in pre-council meetings. So to say that there has not been an opportunity or information provided, I'm not sure what else I can provide. We have provided the receipts that were provided to the city clerk who drafted the check. We have provided information that shows the form that was provided to the businesses that went out and solicited the funds. We have provided the flyer that says that this event was being put on by the former city councilor. I'm not sure what else I can provide at this point. And then to go back to what Councilor Gary talked about, I said the question was identification of the specific code section being relied upon to support the statement that all monetary donations to the city must be approved prior to being received. My response was, although no statute expressly uses the term solicitation, soliciting donations on behalf of the city implicates fiscal policy and representation of municipal purpose, and therefore falls within the council's collective authority under Alabama Code 11-43-43 and 11-43-56. No council authorization exists establishing a city donation solicitation program, and any funds tendered must be reviewed and presented to the council for determination as to whether acceptance is appropriate. That never happened. Now, to justify and to solidify what I'm saying, I personally asked the former city councilor, Eric Calhoun, and I asked the former city councilor and current councilor, Ray Lassiter, and myself. We had a conversation 1 month ago. Councilor Brown, in all fairness, said that he needed to review the minutes of the previous meetings. He has not been able to establish, or he has not provided to me, that he has been able to establish that this contradicts anything that I provided. So my due diligence as the mayor of this city is to make sure that the expenditure and the solicitation and everything of the funds, just like the city council, is done so properly. Mm-hmm. Because that's what I was elected to do. And so what I did was I simply made sure in review of the expenditures of this city, I presented to the city council the issue that I discovered. Then it was presented to the city council to take an action on how to correct this wrong. And so that's how we got to tonight. So this is not something that came up just tonight. This has been talked about since October, maybe, when I was an interim mayor. Okay. So I just wanted to make the public aware of that.
And Mayor, if I could, up to this point, we've also have not been able to locate a request for these funds either. So just want to make sure that's a little bit of information is shared with you as well.
So after hearing everything the mayor just said, is there anything else you three need before you can vote to get that money back into our bank account?
Well, my opinion doesn't change. When the mayor responded to my email, which she did, she started off saying, Alabama law does not require municipal contracts to take a particular, oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. Alabama law does not require a governing body approval prior to the physical receipt of those funds. Alabama Code 1143-56 and 57 vest the council with authority over acceptance, appropriation, and expenditure. These provisions have consistently been interpreted to require council approval before funds are formally accepted into the city council accounts, and then went into the part about the solicitation that she stated. So nothing that has been said tonight changes my viewpoint or my thoughts on the item that came before us for vote tonight.
Okay, and you, Mr. Lassiter?
I'm
You
standing
still
in
need,
agreement,
you
yes.
need more information, and you do too. Okay, okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm LaShawn Thompson. I'm not addressing that right now. I'm trying to still get that in my head. But what I wanted to just go back over, Mr. Lassiter, when you were referring to the 13th Street water, and you were saying that they were coming in to restructure the pipes and get everything flowing well. Is it just to that area or other areas in Pleasant Grove?
What you, so you're saying that, is that the only street that they gonna?
Yes, sir.
work
That's
on?
what I'm referring to.
There are other streets, but that's the first, project that they started doing, because that was a problem with, a lot of pipe breaking, and they have a lot of water in there, and that's a heavy traffic area.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah, it's a through traffic.
thoroughfare to get to
Right,
Pleasant
right.
Grove Road,
So-
yeah.
So they wanted to make sure that they, take care of
That one
person
first?
first. That's
Okay.
right.
So I guess I'm asking, is this gonna encompass Pleasant Grove entirely? Or just
13th Street.
13th Street?
No,
And
no.
you said other areas, I'm just saying, do,
There's a list of, streets that they gonna call.
Mr. Lassiter, your microphone. Turn on your mic.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
There's another other street that they gonna cover, but right now, that's the one that they gonna target first, because there's, like I said, that's the baddest road, and then, like I said, that's a busy road, so.
well, just,
I do have, ma'am.
just
I'm sorry.
asking as a courtesy
Yes,
to other areas, if you have that list,
Yes, ma'am.
at some time, if you could just put that out so that we can be prepared and proactive in how we move about,
Right.
that would be helpful.
Normally, what they do, when they do work, they normally notify the citizen that they doing, they normally give a 2-week notice before they start doing that.
They
So-
notify
so-
each individual household?
So, yes, ma'am, so on 13th Street, they gave notice on 13th Street, and I think that was 13 Place Away or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, just in the future, as you said, this is gonna be an ongoing project.
Right.
So that we will know, hey, they're
So-
gonna be
so-
coming to our area, especially when there's no outlet.
Right.
How are they gonna maneuver that? That's what I'm,
They sort of did, I don't want, put no bad name on them. But, the traffic was supposed to flow the other way, so they wouldn't have that traffic while the work was going on. But, there's a problem with that, so, I could probably get with them and have them to direct some of the traffic the other way, if that's a problem. Or, but in the meantime, there's gonna be, there's gonna be an inconvenience for.
no,
right
it's
now.
not a problem for me. I was just saying, as we move forward,
Right.
because they're gonna move forward with this project.
Yes, ma'am.
So that the citizens can be prepared.
Right.
And not kinda like, oh,
They-
they're
they-
over
it-
here now, and how are we gonna maneuver?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Well, any street that they doing going forward, they will notify the citizen.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And then the other thing, I was just piggybacking off of what you said about the 18-wheelers. Not so much as them parking on the street, but I am looking at, and it has been filled, that pothole right here, when you're coming from the IB school, right by Miles Field, was a nice-sized pothole. So when we have these individuals, I know that's their livelihood or whatever, but constant driving on these roads are going to really hurt the roads and kind of maybe make them impassable if you keep getting those big holes and causing damage to our vehicles as we're trying to pass through. So I don't know if there's anything in the
So as I stated earlier, Ms. LaShawn, we are definitely looking at comparative proposals that we may make to our planning and zoning or, and ultimately our city council, because that would be a huge, I mean, that would be a requirement of the change that we would be proposing. So we are researching that to see the best route to take for the city, and make sure that, you know, we create something that will allow still the sustainability of those that have to come into the city, because we do have businesses that those type trucks are gonna have to get to. So we just have to figure out the best way to make it work for everyone, because we don't wanna hinder a business in the process.
Right, I understand, you know, they have to, with building, they have to go back and forth. But I think she was maybe referring to people who actually live in Pleasant Grove and park these vehicles on their personal property.
Yes,
And,
ma'am.
you know, that,
Right, but part of what you said was about the, you know, that could have been created by
Yeah.
just a delivery truck.
yeah, delivery trucks,
Yeah.
but what I was piggybacking on her saying, you know, with these cars parking.
ma'am.
You know, like it's a drive-through at their house, and, you know, they got the cars right there at the door, and then these trucks, and then also these lawn trucks that have lawn businesses, you know, they are parking halfway in the road and halfway on their lot, you know.
Yeah. Well, I will add that I will remind our citizens that part of our enforcement program is, I mean, our enforcement officer is actually a police/fire person as well. So keeping that full staff frees him up to be able to assist us with that enforcement. So while we may have wavering times, he's not a full-time enforcement officer on any given day, unfortunately. And then also, we need the assistance of the citizens. Please keep us informed, because he does not have the resources to literally drive up and down every day. Now that we have a functioning, at a very high capacity, Public Works, they may be able to assist us in identifying some of those locations. But I'll be honest, Ms. LaShawn, we have so much cleanup in these 4 blocks here that we have not had an opportunity to do a whole lot of anything. So I appreciate Mr. Goldsmith for definitely increasing our staff. And we have a great team. I can't say enough about them. They are on it every aspect they can be. But if you know, just a little patience and support, we need your help. We need the help of the public to let us know. So we are, and I will share this with the public, we are working on a submission system, an electronic submission system that you'll be able to go to our website and just simply submit the address. And you won't have to talk to anyone. You won't have to worry about us bugging you. We just want the information.
Okay, that sounds
Okay.
good.
Yes.
All right, thank you. I
Yes,
appreciate
ma'am.
that.
You're welcome. Any other comments? Yes, sir. And as he's coming, council, we do need to address one last thing because of the anticipation of a lack of a quorum in March due to the NLC conference. We need to change the March meeting as well. We already changed to March? Okay, thank you. I forgot. My apologies. Thank you. Yes, sir, Mr. Laird.
Madam Secretary, not Secretary, Madam Mayor, Councilman, Irving Larry, 1184 17th Street. I got 2 questions. Hey, I know everybody ready to get out of here, but how much money, first question is, how much money are we talking about?
It was $954 or something cents, some odd cents.
Okay. And we got other issues like that?
Not that I'm aware of, not that particular issue. But there may be some other issues that may arise as we continue to go through the books.
Well, what are $900 or 900,000? If it's a benefit to a city, we're a small city, I don't see why you have a problem trying to recoup money. Simple fix. I mean, what you fighting about? You know, you recoup the city. We all citizens here. That's coming back to our pockets. So that's all I got.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Mayor, may I make one comment about that? And Mayor, just, you can correct me if I'm incorrect in this. So, the city received donations in the amount of $1,000 for this particular event. 900 and some dollars of that money was spent out, which is what was given to the city councilor in reimbursement. So the city itself is not technically out of any money. We would be putting the money back for donations and then giving those donations back to those individuals, correct?
That is correct, but I think that the situation we have here is because we have an obligation, ethically and legally, that if funds are solicited on behalf of the city of Pleasant Grove, they are done so properly, and that's the whole point. So I want to make sure that we are proper and in order, because I want to make sure that our actions are legal and above board.
Honorable Mayor, interesting counselors, I ditto what you said. It's just like false advertisement. It's propaganda. If I stole, that's what it boils down to. I'm sure Chief or someone would come after me. It's just that simple. So on with that, and I wanted to correct Councilor Lassiter. I thank you for all that you said, but they did not notify us as a resident of 417 13th Street. I think we got a notice one day, 20 minutes before we're gonna turn off your water. We never got notification that they were going to work on the street. And I'm not complaining, I'm rather grateful because it really has slowed down the traffic on our street. Thank you.
But let me say this to you, Miss Carol. That is the way they normally do. They normally give a 2-week notice. What I did say, that's what they normally do. Now, also, this what was told to me from management. Now, I know they have a big turnover in management. So I just went by the procedure, the way that the water works normally do. They normally give 2 weeks notice. If they didn't, we need to address that. But that's what they told me, and that's what, So I went on what they told me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and that is procedure though as well.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I know we're ready to go. I'm going to close out right before the mayor. I'll say this. I know we're ready to go, but it's on my heart to do. When this room elected us, we were elected as council members and a mayor. Council members are a support team. We're a support team. We are to move the city forward. Sometimes we get too far in the weeds and we get lost. We're lost. We need to get out of the weeds. We pick and choose the things we want to get into the weeds on, and it's very noticeable, and I'm sorry that you had to pick up on that. We'll fix this immediately, because that's what you voted for. You didn't vote for this. It's chaos. We have a mayor that we're supposed to support. There is one captain to the ship. Anything else is a monster. So everybody needs to stay in their lane. Some of us haven't even been here long enough to have that much of an opinion, so we're still learning. So it's okay to have your opinion. It's okay to have an educated opinion, but to go 4 or 5 months and don't know why you don't have an answer is embarrassing. And that's what we're hearing. Am I not? Everybody's shaking their head, yeah. To go 4 or 5 months without a reason for an answer. I'm very outspoken, but I can stand on everything that I say. I'm a business owner, so I understand how the ship must move on. I didn't come up here to stay stagnant. I did not. And I'm like DeWitt. If you don't like it, you can always talk to me. But that's what you voted for. You voted for progress. And that's what I ran on. And that's what I'm going to do. And it gets called out every time. That's all I have.
Thank you.
I would like to say, my name is Melissa, I'm married to Gino. I would like to say that I have been privy to conversations about this matter with the former seats that said that it was approved. So the reason I am very disheartened to see the division, and I'm very disheartened to see the division coming from our community. We are in this together, period. So if I would suggest, I mean, not that you have to listen to me, but I would suggest that you six get somewhere and get it all worked out, because it's very hard to watch this unfold.
Thank you. What I will say to that statement, because it was a public statement made and it would be a reflection on me as well. I was here, Councilor Laster was here, Councilor Calhoun was here.
But he can't even speak on it, so.
Well, I mean, I think that that's a choice he's making to not speak on it.
When
But
you
whether
said-
he's able to speak on it or not, he said that he needed more information. But he did not say that did you vote on approving?
No.
Oh, okay. So just stop right there, Mr. Laster.
Okay.
So that part is done. So that lets you know, regardless of conversations you were privileged to, what matters, Ms. Brown, is what actually goes into the minutes, what actually happens in the meetings. So I'm sorry that you received what appears to be misinformation, but we're functioning on where we are now. So there was a request from a city councilor member who was your husband, who requested the time to go back through the minutes because what I presented to the city council was called into question whether it was true or not. But I don't have a problem with that. If you want to trust but verify, I don't have a problem with that. But what we've come back to the table with is no contradicting information for what I presented to the council. And so
There's a lot of division.
I absolutely agree, but I don't think that anyone in this city that voted for a bunch of yes people. They voted for 6 people with 6 different opinions. And that's why we have individual seats. So I think that we have the functionality to agree but disagree. The problem comes when it stalls progress. So, okay. Yes, sir, Mr.
And
Calhoun.
Mayor, if I could first.
As he comes.
For the
Yes.
record.
As he comes.
There's a lot of
No, please, come
collaboration
on.
between the council and the mayor. We're constantly working together. It's just this one issue that seemed to be a stumbling block for some reason that I just can't, wrap my head around.
Yes, sir.
Mayor, council, citizens, I believe in doing things and doing them in order. I was a former counselor, and I appreciated being that, and I did a lot of studying. Rather than do something public, I am going to give you my opinion. I'm going to give the council and the mayor my opinion in writing. I have an opinion, but I'm going to give it in writing because I don't want to see division. I was up here talking not long ago, and I was saying we all need to work together, and you have to. This politics, this council, mayor council, you have to work together to get things done. And if we're working on anything other than to be fiduciary responsibility of the city, of our constituents, we're not doing what we're here to do, okay? So I don't want to say it publicly because I don't want to get into it. This has been long enough. But I'm not the attorney. I'm not trying to take your spot. But there is legal opinion on it. And they asked my opinion. I told them, and it was based on legal authority. And I will share that with you. Thank you.
Thank you. And hearing or seeing no other hands, I call this meeting adjourned.
Okay. Testing. Hey, how you doing, Miss Leslie?